Hey, I've been here many times, and I'm going to talk about some of the same things that I've talked about before. Our children are suffering. The mental health in this state specifically, we have tripled the number of suicides just in North Carolina among 10 to 18-year-olds. And when we want to talk about gun violence and we want to talk about the death, let me tell you, the number one thing that is causing deaths of our minors is auto accidents, and the second thing is suicide. We now have, for every suicide, there are 9 children that are put into the hospital for suicide attempts, and there are 47 that are there for self-harm. Let me tell you, mental health is a real issue, and us talking about it is not helping. What we need to do is protect our children's innocence. Let me explain something. First, something is hearable, it's thinkable, then it's hearable, then it's watchable, then it's speakable, and then it's doable. And when Miss Johnson Hustler was talking about the sexual abuse of our children, it is happening in grave proportions, and it's happening in our schools. The statistics for 2019 to 2020, 60% of the sexual assaults that were actually reported were reported on elementary and middle school aged children. This is an atrocity. Right now, as we speak, there are over 240 teachers who still have their teaching license in North Carolina. It might be suspended, but they still have it on the books, and they have been accused or convicted of crimes against children. We have got to have background checks. We have got to stop erasing our children's innocence by talking about things that they are not able to handle. Let me explain something to you. There's a doctor named Dr. Judith Reisman. She has done decades of studies and put together studies from around the world that talk about what happens when you discuss sexual issues with children, whether it's in book form, whether it's in a video form, whether you talk about it. Let me tell you what happens to their brain. There's something called the frontal lobe, and it is well known that that frontal lobe is not developed until we're 25 or 26 years old. Do you know what pornography does to a young child's brain? It completely rewires it, and it makes them unable. You know what the frontal lobe is responsible for? It's for judgment. It's for social and for sexual behavior. It's also for understanding what the impact of a situation will be, a decision that you're making. And we are rewiring our children's brains when they are introduced, when they are talked about, when they are confronted with this adult issue. It changes their brain. It increases anxiety, increases depression. It is increasing the confusion of who they are as people. We've got to stop telling our children that they have a mental health disorder when they don't like their bodies, when they feel uncomfortable during puberty, when they don't like their voice change. That is natural. It is normal. We need to start telling our children that that is true. Stop making it normal to be abused. Stop making it normal to be sexually active in childhood. Stop making it normal for pedophiles to be attracted to children. This is wrong. It's happening in our schools. You just heard these books, and it's time for us to protect our kids.
Our next speaker is John Amanchukwu.